What did I tell you guys? Dramageddon is going to take place again. I said this literally last night and this is exactly what has happened. Guys, so I don't know what the hell is going on right now, but it looks like this is going to lead to something massive. But Tati Westbrook has now just released a video under an hour ago and the details that she talks about are absolutely shocking.
And I'm sorry that you haven't seen me in a while. And I'm hoping that this video clears up a lot of the reasons why it's not right. It is not right to try to trap people into saying things that they wouldn't otherwise say. I was blind. I was so blind. And I don't want any part of it anymore. None.
Hey guys, it's Muradi. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. If you haven't already, click that button for daily and consistent content. Head over to my Instagram and subscribe to the channel. I'm coming at you with content as soon as possible when things drop. I'm here to bring you a rough overview of what the hell is going on. So click that button and subscribe to the channel daily and consistent.
I don't think anyone I don't think he will hold back, and I think we need to be prepared.
Big guys, Tati Westbrook has released an explosive video on June 30th, literally less than an hour ago, apologizing for her role in the feud between herself and James Charles, expressing that she feels as though Jefree and Shane Dawson used, coerced, and manipulated her into making the biases to video that sparked the massive event known as Dramageddon 2.0 in 2019, which basically looks like this could be Dramageddon 3.0 now. Is this damage control?
Terrible job. Not crying, Dad, I'm sorry.
Is she trying to kind of put herself away from this and make herself as the innocent one? You know, the tears look a bit staged. Some people said that she is reading off a script. It does look very weird and the timing can be coincidental as well. But is she trying to push herself away from the narrative and not to try and be dragged down from the whole Shane and Jefree stuff? Who knows? During that explosive feud, Star would publicly accuse Charles of being a predator and a danger to society. James Charles obviously denied all of this. This is crazy. Westbrook says in December 2019, after the release of Dawson and Star's YouTube series about the making of the Shane Jefree conspiracy collection, Westbrook met with Charles to share DMs, texts, and other receipts or evidence of what really went down behind the scenes. She said she loves Charles and that never changed. Since then, James Charles has repeatedly said he wants to be beside me for this video, but I felt it was important to do it alone because he deserves my first apology. Westbrook said, "I'm really sorry, James, and I've said that privately, but I want you to hear it publicly." Westbrook opened her video by saying that she has missed her audience and had prayed a lot while building her case for the video. She said she doesn't wish harm against anyone and it's very easy to go online and make terrible choices based on what people see in the media and their desire to follow the herd. I do feel like, she's a grown woman. She made that choice to be, really in the mix with Shane and Jefree and go against James Charles. So yes, she was manipulated and coerced, but take accountability. I'm glad that she has in reference to apologizing, but I feel like she's trying to do damage control here. And it doesn't sit right with me, guys. It just seems a bit weird.
It's not right. It is not right to try to trap people into saying things that they wouldn't otherwise say.
She described how she has lost over a year of her life worrying about how people perceived her and her reputation on social media following the biases to video, and said Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star pushed her into uploading the video about James Charles. Westbrook said she had concerns about Charles acting inappropriately, but her concerns were elevated after she talked to Shane Dawson. "I did not lie in that video," she said. "I never called James Charles a predator. I never said James Charles was a danger to society. My video was not made with any malice. I did not publicly air any of the horrific accusations that were being made behind the scenes." Westbrook said she can usually spot manipulation and deceit from a mile away, but her guard was down because she was upset that Charles had done a sponsorship for Sugar Bear Hair Care, a competitor of Westbrook's. She then also said that she was never served a lawsuit or any cease and desist letters, but she privated the video at YouTube's request because the platform stated it was a bad look for the platform. Okay. Westbrook said she was gaslit into making a video and was one of the biggest regrets of her life. Westbrook also said that Charles and Star shared what Westbrook was led to believe were accusations that would ruin James Charles' life. Right. She said she thought she could be a good example for Jefree Star, who she believed was growing from past mistakes.
Yes.
None of this makes sense. "I got it twisted that you provoked Jefree because you were angry that I'd filmed with someone who had a history of being labelled by others as a racist," Westbrook said. "Jackie, I'm sorry that I did not do the right thing and walk away from him there." Westbrook said the original Dramageddon should have made her walk away from the start. She said Jefree Star has blackmailed that Westbrook believes he will release and asks that her audience not cancel those people. wow. Follow your heart, Westbrook said, because I thought I was following mine, but I was listening to the wrong people. So she's basically saying that, you know, listen, he's got a lot of stuff that he's going to release on blackmailing on certain people, but don't cancel those people, just follow your heart. So this is a very interesting video. We kind of expected Tati Westbrook to drop something, nobody knew when, and she dropped it now. Currently right now it's trending #1, and it seems that everybody is talking about it, basically saying that Jefree and Shane Dawson were purely manipulating Tati Westbrook to make that video, similar to Blair White, maybe one could ask, which
I was blind. I was so blind. And I don't want any part of it anymore. None. I don't think anyone, I don't think he will hold back. And I think we need to be prepared.
Would eventually lead to the downfall of James Charles. People want to see him fall because he is very successful at his age, more than competitors, aka Jeffree Star, who's very close to Shane Dawson. Connect the damn dots. And apparently Tati Westbrook was a victim in this. I don't like this idea of making it seem like a victim. I don't know what it is. You are a grown individual. If you can spot it from a mile away, then surely you should have had some hunch. But you were there with Shane Dawson, ready to make that video. I mean, you made a whole, it was a very long video when she first dropped that. 40 minutes, edited, put out, and at no point you thought this was maybe the wrong thing to do?
To understand that we need to forgive the people that he is holding hostage with veiled threats of exposure. James Charles actually didn't want me there, that he had wanted Nikki tutorials instead, but said he had my back. Things further escalated at my birthday. Every time James Charles's back was turned, texted and called me the following morning to apologize for James Charles's behavior at my birthday dinner and how embarrassed he was for me.
Like, I'm not really entirely buying this victim kind of narrative, although on the other side, if we give an unbiased perspective, which we should when it comes to stuff like this, to get a deeper analysis, there is a chance and a possibility that she was manipulated by Shane Dawson and Jefree Star. Perhaps they were feeding information, perhaps they were feeding a lot of stuff that made her realize that, you know what, wow, this friend of mine isn't really my friend, and him doing the sugar bear hair is just another example that amplified this narrative.
Next few weeks, Jefree began talking to me about how Shane Dawson was a big fan of mine and wanted to meet me, and how I should be involved in their docuseries. It was quickly changing because there was something horrible happening in our community with James Charles.
Thought process within her head that led her to do that video, and perhaps she realized in time that it was the biggest regret, as she states in this video. She does weirdly cry, starts off with a prayer, has the word peace on it, is donating the AdSense to the charity. So, you know, it's interesting. That's what I want to say. Some people are saying that, you know, they find it weird, some people say they don't find it weird. It is what it is. I don't think anybody saw this coming like right now, but it really has shaken everything, and this is the drama going on. We're basically now going to expect a response from Jefree Star and a response from James Charles. Like, we've had Shane Dawson talk about it, now Tati, and I feel like Jefree and James Charles will eventually speak on this properly, and I feel like they need to, because it directly involves all of them, and it seems to be a very, very just, deep situation, very dark, very unfortunate. We have law cases now involved in a beauty makeup saga. Like, how much drama does this community of makeup YouTubers have that this is what it continuously leads to? But is this going to lead to the downfall of Jefree Star as well? Is he going to be sucked into that hole like Shane Dawson is currently? Is that what is going to happen? We don't know, but it definitely looks like that could be a high possibility, a high chance. But I feel like Tati Westbrook is trying to save herself from the situation last minute, and is trying to act like she was damsel in distress, didn't know anything, manipulative, poor little girl, me, I, self. Well, in actual fact, she is a grown woman, and although she could have been manipulated, at what point when you were editing stuff for these long ass videos did you not realize that maybe I'm doing the most? Maybe I was manipulated. If you can spot manipulation and deceit from a mile away, there must be some thought process in the 24 hours of the day where you thought, you know what, Shane Dawson has spoken to me, the stuff that he's saying is a bit weird, manipulative, XYZ. Now, but she also claimed that she was gaslit, and you know what, people can be gaslit, they can be manipulated, they can be coerced, it can take place. I just feel like we cannot really jump to these massive conclusions until we have every single party that has spoken out. So I will be awaiting for Jefree Star and James Charles to see what they say about this, because they have to speak out, because this directly involves them. It's a lot going on, guys. I told you Dramageddon is starting again, 3.0. We're going to get it, and this is going to be the end of June, coming into July, and it seems that a lot is taking place. Let me know what your thoughts are when it comes to this. What are your thoughts? Subscribe to the channel. Head over to my Instagram, daily and consistent content. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.